Before we dive into today's mailbag, do you actually enjoy the NFL preseason, or do you tolerate it? I like it because I'm a football sicko, and sometimes in a bad way, if you agree with my wife. Do you enjoy the NFL preseason? Y for yes, N for no. From Chua, what teams do you think are going to win all the divisions? I'm going to go Bills in the AFC East, Chiefs in the AFC West, Ravens in the AFC North. This is regular season after all. AFC South, I don't love it, but give me Houston. Not confident on that one. I'll go the Eagles actually keep the NFC, or actually end the NFC East streak. NFC West, I'm going to go 49ers. I would have gone Rams, but the Matthew Stafford injury does have me concerned there. And then I'll go NFC North is tough. If you promise me Jordan Love is healthy, I'll go that one, but I don't go any way on the NFC North. And then I'll ride with the Bucs still in the NFC South. From Marcos Man Vikings says Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce is on the NFL top 1 player. Says he comes in at 37 on the list. Okay. In general, I don't really care about the NFL top 100 list. If you're asking players to vote on the top 20 players, they don't actually watch all the games because that's not their job to. They'll watch the teams they play, but if you're not crossing over, the Bears players are not going to watch the Seahawks or the Broncos play. It's just not going to happen. So, and you're doing a top 20 list for top 100. I think it's a bad process, and I don't think it's actually a good indication of who's good, who's not good. From Sean, Rachaad White to the Cowboys, who says no. I'd lean still Tampa. I think they like Sean Tucker, but it's a little bit thin behind those guys, and I think Rachaad White's actually banged up anyway right now, so maybe wouldn't read too far into that one. I think the Cowboys are probably a little bit higher on their backfield than maybe they should be, but I think that they probably aren't as invested in going out and getting somebody. I think there's a good chance the Bucs keep White as a rotation backup and just let him leave in free agency. So predictions. How many more trades end up happening before roster cuts? Let me know at the pinned comments of today's show how many more trades end up happening. Christian, Sanders is a bust. This is about Shedeuer. I'm telling you this now. Dude played good against backups. He ain't playing that against a good defense like the Eagles, Steelers, Broncos. Dude made 4 good throws. That's it. I would say in general, we don't have to make sweeping proclamations either way after a preseason game. If you didn't like Shedeuer going in, it's fine. You probably you shouldn't have seen enough to change your mind. If you like Shedeuer going in, you shouldn't have seen enough to change your mind. He's also playing. It's backups with backups. We can't make verifiable sweeping answers on this guy is going to be a superstar based on a preseason game. I've seen good players have bad preseason games. I've seen bad players have good preseason games. I think to write off anybody after one preseason game is mostly just unfair. From Peak Gameplay User, who's looking like he's got a Madden screenshot of the Super Bowl there. There's a team full of Tyreek Hill versus a team full of Travis Kelce. The correct answer here is whoever can actually throw the ball the best. Because if you can't throw it at all, you're going to be in trouble. I lean towards the speed, but tackling is going to be an issue. So that's kind of a fun, silly one. NFL sideline hats are out now. Get yours today at chatsports.com/NFL hats. Variety of different styles. They got the trucker hat style, rounded, flat brim, snapbacks, different colors for all the different teams, new era hats as well. These are the hats you'll see players wearing on the sideline as well. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. That's chatsports.com/NFL hats. Marcos Man Vikings 18. What are your thoughts about Madden NFL on the Nintendo Switch 2? Well, I don't have the Nintendo Switch 2, so I frankly have no thoughts. If they can make it work, great. I wish Madden in general was just a better product. Skyler, Minnesota should trade for John Metchie. I do think in general, a player like Metchie is available in the trade market. Houston's got, obviously, Tank Dell's banged up, but they traded for Christian Kirk. They drafted 2 guys in the top 90 picks, I think, 95 picks, whatever it was, for Jalen Noel. Metchie's in a tough spot to actually make the roster because, Justin Watts can do special team stuff. For Minnesota's side, I could see them exploring a veteran option at the wide receiver spot, but because, Addison's going to miss 3 games, obviously, due to suspension. But Jalen Naylor is there. The Rondale Moore injury, who is out for the year now officially, that might be the reason Minnesota goes, okay, actually we probably do need one more guy because the guy we thought was going to help contribute along with Naylor and Ty Felton that they took in the 3rd round now isn't available. So I don't mind that idea, but you're probably looking at like a late-round pick swap or a late-round pick in general. From Bruce Wayne, who I think we should make him super chat from now on to get on the show. Kidding, obviously. Just can the Browns find a trade partner for Kenny Pickett? Part of me wonders if they would like to do that, or if they actually like Pickett for some reason. If I were Cleveland, you have the reliable veteran in place already with Joe Flacco. You have the intriguing youngsters in Dylan Gabriel and Shedeuer Sanders. So what do I really need Kenny Pickett for? I don't think that there's anything better upside-wise with Pickett than what there is with Dylan Gabriel. So I would say if they could, yeah. I don't know if there's any interest there. and I'm sorry to be mean, I just don't think Kenny Pickett's any good. So apologies for the Kenny Pickett family watching, but name a player who you think ends up getting traded. Any player, any team. Realistic, not Patrick Mahomes. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Amir, the Lions fan, you think Detroit will add a pass rusher before the season? I would not be surprised. We'll see what the injury status is for Josh Pascal, but why not just bring back Shedeuer Smith? Doesn't that make a lot of sense for all the different parties involved? He was pretty solid with the Lions last year. He's available. He probably doesn't want to do training camp stuff when you're 32 years old. Sign him in a week and get him going for week 1. I think that makes a lot of sense for all those parties. I think Detroit should be in the let's just bring in a mercenary pass rusher stage. That's an upgrade over Al-Quadin Muhammad. Christopher C., who is the likely successor to Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh? Is it Rudolph? Is it Howard? Is it a first-round pick or a free agent? It's a great question. The answer, in a way, could be several of those guys get a chance. If the season goes the way it's supposed to in Pittsburgh, you're going to be another above 500 team, playoff team, get in. We'll see if they win a game, whatever. And in that scenario, you're probably not going to be drafting high enough to get a quarterback unless you want to gamble on the Kenny Pickett range again, which we'll see if Pittsburgh learned their lesson. So what you could do as one potential pathway is let's let Will Howard and Mason Rudolph and maybe a veteran free agent too compete for the starting job for a year. And if they're good, sweet, then we're happy. If they're not good, okay, we probably actually finish below 500 for the first time under Mike Tomlin, and we have a top 10 pick, and we get to draft a new QB that way in a class that could be good with, Arch Manning and DJ Lagway, et cetera, and whoever doesn't go pro and other eligible guys. So, they could kind of do all of those things and not, maybe not overcommit to one particular path right now. Plus, they get an extra third next year, but, I think picks are kind of an issue there. For more, trade ideas, rumors, news, and everything else here on the channel, hit that sub button right now. Is this your burner account, Chris? Junior, Chris is our Bama host here. Junior Strata says Ty Simpson drafted in 2027. Can we let him play a full game first? He hasn't done that yet. At least not good for a full game. I don't know. He's always going to be Bama starter. Let's see how the year plays out, and then we can discuss him as what his overall NFL future looks like. Chris Romero, help! In a Dynasty Superflex League, 2 QB, would you trade Jaden Daniels for Bijan in a late 2026 first? My other QBs are Baker and Mahomes, and my running backs are Chase Brown, Connor, Pollard, and Keaton. So I would not. Ironically, my Dynasty team has Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes as well. So it's kind of funny how that turns out. have a radical take of if you wait a year and let things play out with, like, let's see how Daniels is and if he can avoid the sophomore slump. And if Baker doesn't take a step back with Liam Cohen gone, you could actually maybe shot Mahomes. If that offense does not get going, you might be able to get an even bigger package back for a fantasy-wise hasn't been as productive, which is frustrating for me as an owner. If you want to trade one no matter what, I would trade Baker instead. I think the upside of Jaden Daniels being a top 3 fantasy quarterback every year for the next 10 years or even just 7 years, I'm not trading that for a very good running back, but has like maybe a shelf life of 5, 6, 7 years and a late first for ends up being a okay wide receiver. So I think your backs are fine. I might just profit with the quarterback room unless somebody blows you out of the water. Jackson Cartwright, if Matt Stafford's back stays messed up, Kirk Cousins trade. Well, we know he fits the offense, given the Kevin O'Connell-McVay overlap. I'll throw this out there. If Stafford's back is effed and it's over for him, I think the Rams just play Jimmy Garoppolo and see what happens. The Rams have kind of positioned themselves to potentially be a go-get a first-round QB in the next year guy. They've got their own first-round pick. They've got the Falcons' first-round pick. And if any of those picks end up being top 10, they've got ammunition to move up if they want to. And I would trust McVay to draft the next good young QB. So I don't know if they would go trade assets for Kirk Cousins. They just might, let themselves be mediocre and kind of do a very quick turnaround because they're not Team F them picks right now. So predictions, will Kirk Cousins be traded this year? T for he gets traded, K for he is kept for at least the time being. Let me know in the comment section of today's show. Christopher C., who is a current projected day 2 quarterback that'll raise his stock to become a first rounder. So I am going to exempt from this conversation Garrett Nussmeier, Cade Klubnik, Lenore Sellers, Drew Aller, and probably just those are kind of consistently mocked in round 1, so I don't want them to be in this conversation, even though they might not be round 1 guys. So a couple names to monitor. And this one, I almost put him in there. Fernando Mendoza has a lot of fans in the scouting community. It's the Indiana quarterback. We'll see if he can take that step forward. I would look at some of like the chaos merchants, I call them, in the quarterback room, which is, for me, John Mateer, if we can ignore the Venmo gambling stuff, at Oklahoma, and Sam Levitt out of Arizona State. The traits are intriguing, especially with Mateer, who's a really good athlete. They're also kind of just like, they run around a lot and see what happens, and that kind of annoys me because you have to be able to win from within the pocket in the NFL to make it work. So I think but those guys could take big-time steps forward. I feel like we're about 4 games into the year from Talon Green also getting Anthony Richardson comps. That's the Arkansas quarterback. I wouldn't be totally shocked if that one happens. Deep down the list, how about Aiden Childs from Michigan State? I think that there is some actual quarterback stuff that he does kind of decently, but haven't seen happen on a consistent basis quite yet.